Hi, my name is John Valley, and I'd like to explain to you why the Iraqi Dinar is not a scam. Many people have been speculating for a long time as they say if it's too good to be true, it must be a scam. Let me explain to all of you why the Iraqi Dinar currently has such a low value and why it isn't a scam. Many people would ask themselves why the Iraqi Dinar is so cheap. No one would imagine it's a legitimate investment if they did not know about the history of Iraq and they did not understand the mechanism of finance and economics. The first part that you have to understand is that while Iraq has the second largest oil reserves in the world, they are not allowed to legally sell or trade it other than to rebuild its country after the 2003 invasion. And they are only allowed to do so with the permission of the United Nations under an oil for food or rebuilding program. Since the early 1990s, the United Nations put Iraq into a Chapter 7 bankruptcy with sanctions that deemed it illegal for any country to purchase from Iraq. The second part you must understand is even with all the resources a country might have, if that country cannot sell or trade what they have, then they have no economy. Iraq existed like this under Saddam Hussein for over 10 years, by which he asked for loans against the country of Iraq. By doing so, he placed Iraq into serious debts with the entire world. When money is being borrowed and no money is being generated, then interest rate keeps piling up and the country keeps going negative. This brings us to our last part, that if a country has no purchasing power, no exports, facing huge trade deficits, and in serious debt, then more and more of the population will become unemployed. Also consider this, when a currency is not internationally traded and additionally has a growing inflation rate due to artificially jacking up the economy of a country, then that currency becomes more and more valueless. When you put all this together, you start to paint the picture of why Iraq has so many resources and is so poor. So when the new currency of Iraq was created, which is the new Iraqi dinar, it was undervalued with the idea that if a country is in serious debt, has no jobs, is destroyed by war, has a high inflation rate, and cannot export to raise funds, then the currency cannot have much value. Now fast forward to 2010. The inflation rate is down from 80% to 5%, and interest rates have come down from 20% to 6%. Every single country has forgiven between 80% and 100% of the debt owed to them by Iraq. Companies are coming from all over the world into Iraq to profit in the long run. Every major oil company is coming into Iraq in hopes to cut the deals for oil production. Iraq is in the process of removing Chapter 7 bankruptcy due to sanctions placed on them in the 1990s. Iraq has already joined the World Trade Organization and is making deals with the International Monetary Fund to create an internationally traded currency. All of this will create a perfect situation for a positive change in the currency of Iraq and will create a perfect opportunity for currency investors too.